COVID surges are once again pushing hospitals across the country to the brink with deadly consequences. In Alabama, hospitals out of ICU beds. 49% of the patients in the state in those hospitals have COVID, according to the Alabama Hospital Association. In Mississippi, the state is no longer even reporting the availability of ICU beds, citing an extreme shortage. With ICUs at capacity, hospitals are being forced to turn away patients in need. One Alabama man's family says more than 40 hospitals turned him away after he had a cardiac incident, and by the time he reached a hospital in Mississippi, he died. NewsNation's Felicia Bolton has that family's message tonight. Felicia.
Rudabeh, the Alabama man died after being transferred to more than 200 miles away in Mississippi for a cardiac ICU bed. Now his family is asking people to get the COVID-19 vaccine to ensure more room for others in hospitals.
A cardiac event sent Ray Demonia and his family searching for care. But with hospitals in Alabama pushed to capacity, they say they were constantly turned away. After contacting 43 hospitals in 3 different states, a bed was located across state lines in Meridian, Mississippi. By the time the 73-year-old reached Rush Foundation Hospital, it was too late. His family says he died of cardiac arrest just days before his birthday. His family posted on his online memorial, quote, "In honor of Ray, please get vaccinated if you have not," in an effort to free up resources for non-COVID related emergencies.
I can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow, but we're certainly not trending in the right direction.
Deputy Director of Alabama Hospital Association Dane Howard says the state is in a dire place. The COVID-19 surge began in mid-August and has now reached its highest point ever during the pandemic. Although hospitals do have the capability to expand capacity, Howard says there is a lack of staff to adequately handle that change.
And that's why we're so aggressively trying to find additional resources so those type life or death situations are not something that have to be faced.
On Tuesday, Alabama saw 83 more ICU patients than ICU beds open statewide. On Wednesday, there were more than 94 ICU patients than beds available. The Alabama Hospital Association says more than half of those patients are battling COVID. Howard says relief can't come soon enough.
We're not throwing in the towel, but it is a dire and serious situation.
The Alabama Association is working daily with the state health department and the governor's office to find staff and resources. But with Hurricane Ida, it's taken away many of that. Federal medical teams are still deployed to help there. They are urging people to continue to socially distance and only go to the ER if it's a true emergency. Rudabeh.